Greetings, everybody. A little bit of report back time. This weekend we've had the last meeting, the annual general meeting of our previous board, and on Sunday we've had the election of our new board, and we've had a wonderful time. I would say the Saturday we had some heated discussions about certain things, but things were cleared out, and I'm very grateful for what is taking place. We've had our new board elected, and those are a bunch of people that I know very well, that I've known for many years and worked together with in great peace. And it's nice to have them now on the board, and they're excited, I'm excited, and we're looking at a beautiful, beautiful future. So as you can see, we were a bunch of people together on the Sunday having the election, and there you can see the new board being presented, and there's just such an excitement. I think the photo just shows joy, so I'm very excited about the future. Well, before we had the election, because that was on the Sunday afternoon, we went and preached at a small village. I think it's called Efufu, and it is a place where we've drilled a well years ago, and also donated an iron sheet roof to the church. But seemingly it was going through a little bit of a difficult time as pertaining to a leader that have to stay there. One of the difficulties that there is in the villages is that it is a place where a lot of people are poor. There's not money, there's not opportunities, and the moment you find a leader figure, that's the kind of person that would also easily get a job or be a better candidate for a job in a town or a city. So the moment the leader gets trained up, he can be there just for a while, and then he has to move on and so forth. So the church is small, but we went and preached there. And while I was preaching, my heart was deeply touched as I knew that we are under the rule of someone that loves us. And the message that I ministered is that the gospel, the good news of Jesus, if we think of the good news of the resurrection of Christ, that it is a message that is true about Jesus. And even if Jesus only had 12 followers or 11 followers, or maybe a little bit more, of which some even doubted, like I shared in the daily devotional, it doesn't make that he's not Lord. And it doesn't make that those that might be doubting or going through a difficult time, or even being a small group, is not under the rule of the love of God. And what touched me in the message is the fact that when God calls us, He calls us to do something for us, because He's in need of nothing. And if God calls you, He's calling you to Him so that He can serve you. And He wants to serve you with freedom from what destroys you. And that's what I ministered. And there was such a beautiful spirit of unity and love and understanding amongst the people. You know, sometimes you preach at a place and you feel, well, I've shared some theory here, or we've prayed for some people, maybe a person or two got healed and so forth. But there I got the feeling of understanding, where people go home and say, I'm under the rule of someone that loves me. Now, in this week that to come, it's also just paperwork and so forth. And next weekend I'll preach, and the weekend after that, and the weekend after that. And then I'll be back home. I think I need to be back by the 13th of June. Meantime, we're applying for the extension of our work permit. So we're getting busy with that. And also we have to go to Mongo, bank accounts, and so forth. With stuff that I don't want to bore you with. Well, what I can show you, you'll remember if you've traveled with me on my previous trips, is that there was a river just outside of town where we always crossed going on a ferry. But now things have changed a little bit, and let me show you what happened. Well, we found some welcome changes in Kalabu since I've been here a year ago. The Zambian government works closely together with China, and they've fixed the road. Now this is how the road used to look, and then I'll show you now. It's really plowing through the deepest of sand. You only need 4x4 and so forth. Let's see if I can turn around here. Now this is on the way to the Liuwa Floodplain National Park, and that's how the road used to look. And then look at this. It's like unbelievable. Can't believe that this was done in such a short period of time. They've constructed 2 bridges here in the middle of nowhere with the most beautiful road, and this was opened today. You couldn't even travel here before. You had to only certain parts of the season because everything was flooded. But now they've got this road. It's just absolutely amazing. Oh, this is the bridge where we used to cross the river on the ferry. Remember that old ferry? And cost an arm and a leg to cross the river. Now look at this. I'm so grateful. We'll make it so much easier to go and do outreaches on that side of the river. Development is coming this way, so we are excited about that. If I haven't mentioned it, or if I have mentioned a previous report, forgive me, but I want to say this: they've built a guest house just next to our property with 13 rooms, which helps us a lot as pertaining to bringing people here to do mission outreaches. They only charge something like $5 or $7 for per night to stay there, and it is nice and clean and shower and peaceful and beautiful and well kept. It's brand new, so I'm so happy for that. That means that we don't have to build those places to have teams coming, so people can come much sooner than what we've planned. So yeah, we're excited. We'll keep you updated as things go on. Thank you for traveling with us, and thank you for those whose hearts are with us in this, keeping us in prayer. This is simply an outstanding, awesome trip. I'm enjoying it so much. Blessings to you all. Younger people, invite people.
Vavahuru vanana arumemeni vatu.
I'm just asking the leaders that when you preach,
Nikupasha baetere kulamuze mukutaza.
always preach the love of God,
Amupulele nini vatu na mabuti.
so that those that are invited can never be disappointed.
Kulichale vale baba menirwe basike batoswa biswa.
Because the love of God is the only message there is.
Kakuli lilatora ngopino kona fera lingosa la niti.
Remember this:
Amupuleta bae.
when Jesus was raised from the dead,
Kuli Jesu anazisiwe kwa bafu.
the rulership of heaven has come to earth,
Chele buso yaliali mu itire my fast.
and you are under the rule of one that loves you.
Mimi na mwinzi matasa amata atama iswa yoya milatire.